I was doing a leadership pipeline coaching group the other day when one of the group members asked me, what do you do when you have a staff member who is so busy they just can't seem to find time to develop leaders? Well, that question comes up all the time, and if you don't handle it right, then it's going to be a reoccurring problem for sure. So today, I want to show you a process I've used dozens of times with my team, and I'm confident will work for you as well. Hey guys, this is Mac Lake bringing you tips, tools, and techniques that help you develop more and better leaders. Hey, you have a team member or two or three or more who are always claiming that they're too busy to develop leaders. Now, if you allow this excuse to exist, then you know it's going to keep your organization from having the leaders you need to scale and grow the organization. So, what do you do to help this individual overcome this particular excuse? I've talked about this in another video previously, so I want to address it from a different vantage point today, and I'll put a description to that other video in the link below. So whenever I have someone on my team who is too busy or says they're too busy to develop new and existing leaders, that concerns me on two levels. First, it has a negative impact on the health of their leadership pipeline. In other words, they end up doing too much because they don't have the leadership base to support the amount of work that they need to get done. But then just as importantly, when somebody's telling me they're too busy, then I can pretty safely assume they're not operating in their strength zone. And I want everybody on my team operating in their strength zone. So when they're telling me they're too busy, I see this as a great development opportunity for them and a great coaching opportunity for me to give to them. So when they express that they're too busy, you just simply do this. Just simply sit down with them and say, hey, you seem to be stressed right now because of your workload. I'd like for us to get together, and I want to help you process what you're doing so I can help you prioritize and really help you get back to functioning in your strength zone and developing leaders again. Now, before that meeting, you ask them to make a long list of everything they're doing, as detailed as possible, all the tasks they're doing. Then, when you meet with them to review the list, you're going to work through that whole list and you're going to put everything on the list into one of 4 buckets, okay? Now, during this time, I want you to see yourself as a coach, all right? Don't just tell them what to do, but ask them exploratory questions and help them really process why they're putting each item in a particular bucket. So take a piece of paper, or I've done this on a giant Post-it on the wall, and that's real helpful too. And you draw 4 columns labeling each one according to the 4 buckets that I'm about to share with you, okay? The first bucket is the Delegate Bucket. As you look at the list together, ask them what they see on the list that they think they could give away to someone else. Especially really help them look for things that they could give away as development opportunities for someone on their team, or even to a volunteer. You know, many times I've discovered that leaders are afraid to give away certain things because it's something they don't enjoy doing themselves, and so they feel guilty giving it to somebody else to do. But that may be the very task that somebody else loves doing, or it's the very task that makes a great opportunity to develop those on the team or somebody else in the organization. Now, the second bucket is the Delay Bucket. Now, it's on this one that you may have to be a little more directive. Sometimes the leaders we work with, they see things that are priorities that really aren't priorities. And as the primary leader, you really know what the priorities are. So you can use this as an opportunity to look at their list and look at 2 or 3 things on their list and say, hey, let's just delay this for a while. This doesn't need to be done right away. So let's put this off until the fall, or let's wait until next year. We'll make it a priority then. It's not taking away the responsibility. It's just delaying it and saying it's not a priority right now. When you do this for your leaders, you are freeing up some mental space for them and helping them get back to operating in their strength zone and developing the leaders around them. The third bucket is the Dump Bucket. Be careful. Don't be too directive on this one too fast. You want to let them wrestle with this one. Ask them which of the items that they think on this list they could stop doing. Just ask them, what impact would it have if you stop doing this or stop doing this one? This is really a good opportunity for you to watch them wrestle with what they think they could stop doing. This is going to give you insights into their decision-making abilities and give you a good chance to coach them. And so as you look at the list, there's probably going to be several things there that they shouldn't be doing at all. and see if they can come up with those things. And when they say, well, maybe this one or this one, then yeah, give them permission to stop doing those things. Now, the final bucket is the do bucket. These are the things that they need to keep doing. And so by this time, you've cut away several responsibilities. You've freed up their time so they can feel more productive and focused. And so I would take the remaining items on the list and say, okay, these are the things that you need to be focused on doing. Now, let's prioritize these 1 through 10, just so that two of you can have agreement on what is most important. If you work with them and you place everything they're doing on one of these 4 buckets, it really is going to free them up. It's going to give them permission to focus on priority things, and it's going to help you emphasize the importance of them developing leaders as one of their main priorities. Hey, I hope this has been helpful. I know anytime I've provided this type of coaching for those on my team, they've really appreciated it, and it's helped bring greater levels of focus and productivity. So I hope it's helpful for you as well. I've always discovered it really helps them get back to making leadership development a priority in their schedule again. So hey, thanks again for joining me. If you liked the video, make sure you click the like button, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.